All right, we're here we are again. Incredibly difficult times going on out there. This is meant to sort of replace the world of things that are going on in open houses. We used to, this time of year, we're used to getting out and talking to you all as consumers and dealers and sharing with you what's the latest and greatest in new products. And the fact that we can't do that right now, we're trying to make up for it a little bit this way by inviting you all in to learn some of the stuff about what Atlantic Marketing sells. And we're bringing in factory guests to help talk about it. And so you guys can really ask some questions. There's spots on here where you can ask questions on the chat window, and we'll pass them along. And we'll, just try and be, I hope everybody's safe, and I hope everybody's doing fine. And without any more details and getting into that too much, we're going to get into the products here today and hopefully have a little bit of fun. So I'm Brandon Flack. I'm the president of Atlantic Marketing, and I've represented Permatex for a number of years, done plenty of boat shows with these guys, worked with them a bunch. It's an amazing company. They do a great job, and we're really lucky today to have Curtis here working with us. And so I'm just going to go ahead and introduce Curtis. And Curtis, if you want to, you should be, if I got.
Yep, I am unmuted.
And you just need to start the video. For some reason that one was shut off there.
Okay, I'm right here. Start my video. Yep,
perfect. There you are. We got you.
Hi guys, me and my dog. There you go, right here. There we go, right there.
Tell us a little bit about Permatex.
All right, man. Yeah, Permatex is largely an automotive sealant company. We do a large series of automotive thread lockers, silicones, thread sealants, cleaners, just a gamut of products that have to do with, obviously, mechanical moving parts, motors, specifically how it relates to you guys being, boats and all kinds of surface preparation, and it runs a large gamut. But yeah, we do cover quite a lot.
Awesome. So, I know you guys, when we do your booth at shows, it's like there's just products. I mean, you guys cover from everything. It just can be overwhelming sometimes, right?
That's right. It's a technical company with technical products that do at times need to be explained so people can get the greatest amount of benefit from them.
So I know when I first started repping the line, I was kind of like, oh, yes, thread locker, like cool, because that's, one of the products you guys are certainly known for. But I'm like, I never had any idea what the difference between the blue and the red thread locker was. Can you explain to everybody what the difference between those things are?
Absolutely, absolutely. When it comes to red, you want to think of a stronger hold. You don't want to use the word permanent. That's a nomenclature in industry that is not correct. If you have something that actually does require the additional hold plus the foot pounders that you actually put on that fastener, it's going to give you that much stronger hold than a typical blue would. The main difference is that red requires localized heat in order to remove the fastener properly. A lot of people, it's pretty obvious. If you put thread locker on the threads of a bolt, insert it, and you're not the same mechanic or worker of any sort that is going in to remove that bolt, there's no way for you to know it's actually there. So if you understand the application that you're working on, you would understand the likelihood that it would be there, and then you would use that localized heat to ensure that you got that fastener out safely. Now, that is a perfect segue to the explanation of blue, because blue can be removed with very simple hand tools and no localized heat needed whatsoever. So if it's a small hold that you need, you're all set. You can go with blue, very reliable, performs great.
Oh, that's awesome. Curtis, we got a ringer here that's logged in, by the way, on Facebook, Billy Blackburn from Blackburn Marine. I believe that would be
Billy.
Better. So we may have to get into that discussion about gaskets and stuff. So Billy, if you ever had any questions about engine components or gaskets from Permatex, I want you to ask him here, because Curtis is absolutely the expert, and he said he wasn't afraid of any mechanic, and no mechanic could stump him on a question. So so we talked about the blue and the red thread locker. what I was wondering next, so was then I like, all right, I got the blue and the red, right? You know, that totally makes sense to me now. But then you got red, high temperature red locker. What's that all about?
Okay. Uh, when you talk about different applications, everything is different, and that's part of the reason why we have so many products. You always want to be able to cover as many application-specific issues as possible. One of them, very simply, just being a high heat application. Let's just say you are. I'll go to a car for just a small second. Let's say you do have any sort of issue with a fastener that holds on a header or exhaust manifold, to be more OE specific. You want to make sure that you have a product that is designed to actually withstand 400 to 600 degrees of heat without melting. And then, because like I said, in order to remove red thread locker correctly, the use of localized heat is necessary. So in an exhaust header, there's nothing but localized heat. So you need a product that is going to be a thermoset plastic, which thread locker is, that is going to be able to handle that heat for sustained amounts of time. And that's exactly what it is.
Got it. All right. Yeah, I think I knew that one, but you explained it a lot better than I normally do. That's the beauty of having the factory guy here. So, okay. So now we got the red and the blue, and we got that all sort of straight. Now we got to add in like there's gel and there's liquids. What do you prefer to use when you're using thread lockers?
Well, me personally, I do enjoy gel, very specifically for the same reason that just about any business owner enjoy gel. Because if you have ever used thread locker in the history of your life, you will know that if you put on too much, it'll hit the bolt, it'll run right down the side of the thread, and then whoop, onto the floor. Waste, waste, waste. Not okay in business. Every dollar counts, every penny counts. Any way you can add it up, any way you can stretch a dollar, we 100% understand that. And we've gone back to the drawing board and given all of our patrons something that is completely addressed in the formulation for this issue specifically. You put gel on, it stays exactly where you put it. When you when you apply it to threads, it fills the threads in a much more fixed thixotropic fashion than liquid normally would. It can be used overhead, because like I said, we're automotive based, but for boats and guys, sometimes they have a horizontal style application rather than a vertical application. But them being the same in what you don't want to happen. You don't want thread locker to drip in your eye, because one of the correct ways to apply thread locker is to actually apply a little bit to the hole and the bolt as well. So a lot of people don't know that, but that's a really, really technical way to apply it. Not really necessary in a practical sense, but still the proper way to apply it. You don't want it dripping in your eye. You don't want it dripping on the floor. We're avoiding drip by releasing this particular product. So soup to nuts, that's pretty much it. Let's say, another important point to step on right there in terms of gel versus liquid, the strengths are not different. They are 100% the same between liquid and gel. It is very simply just the fixed application of the product and the lack of drip, the lack of waste. And my phone's ringing.
Awesome.
Turn that.
Is that I think that might be on your end.
Yeah, that was.
Billy, our trying to stump us mechanic, had a good question, and we might need some more information. So I want to ask it to you first, and then see if we can get it. But there's on boats, on inboard outboards, there's outdrives that have a rubber, and I believe they're made of pure rubber. I think are the best ones, but they're bellows, and there's an adhesive that you need to contact to seal those bellows between where they go through the transom of the boat and through to the motor. Do you know does Permatex make anything that can replace like a bellows adhesive?
Sure. First and foremost, an understanding of substrates is vitally important. HDPE, as an example, something that's used in cars to create gas tanks. Absolutely nothing sticks to it. It has zero surface energy. Just an example. Moving back to the boats. So we really do need to understand. Okay, we really do. Lamborghini text alert. We really do need to understand exactly what rubber is made of in order to match a proper adhesive that has the chemical engineering to actually bond to the surface. I mean, why is rubber used in the first place? Obviously for dampening purposes, vibration purposes, those are the obvious pieces. But then what technology has gone into those developed products that will resist the environments and the stresses that are put on that particular unit, such as salt water, fresh water, vibration, heat tolerance, all those types of things. So understanding the substrate, first thing, incredibly important. A large amount, not a large amount, I would say there's one or two general products that I would, really, really recommend. We have a weather stripping. It's called Super Black Weather Strip Adhesive. That is fantastic. It is very, very much a solvent-based item. But again, understanding the substrate is whether or not you can actually apply it to that particular rubber that we're discussing right now. I don't see it going bad at all, but that would be my best foot forward. I'd say Black Super Weather Strip Adhesive. Very, very good stuff.
Awesome. All right. So I see you also got another product called Surface Prep.
Yes.
We're talking about surfaces now. So what is that? What does that Surface Prep do?
Surface Prep, item 24163. That is an actual chemical catalyst for all of our anaerobic technology products, such as thread locker, anaerobic gasket maker, things like that. You always pull that out. In the boating industry specifically, I'm so glad you asked this question. This is important. Okay, again, substrate understanding. You need to know that thread lockers and anaerobic products are designed for ferrous metals. Basically, in layman's terms, anything that could rust. You guys in your industry have a lot of non-ferrous metals on your boats, your rigs, your motor configurations, everything, because you're dealing with water. So it's pretty simple. Now, in a non-ferrous application, such as anything that is zinc coated, specifically zinc coated, chrome plated, any of these things are going to be a treatment to a surface or a fastener so that specifically it won't rust over time, And when you use thread locker, a non-ferrous surface, you run the risk of not receiving all the benefits that thread locker can offer that application. It still will function, but it won't give you everything that you could have gotten out of that product. So 24163, our Surface Prep, that product is a chemical catalyst to apply first to the surface, then the thread locker to the bolt, then the bolt in. That will chemically react in half the time. All thread lockers and anaerobic products take 24 hours to fully cure. That will cut it to 12. It will not increase the strength, but it'll cut your cure time and it'll get you the reaction that you deserve that we promised.
Very cool. That's good information right there. Appreciate it. We do have a couple of our customers, actually stores, that have logged on that are sort of watching the conversation. I'll just mention to you guys that there's a link there. If you actually want to join the meeting with Curtis and I and maybe talk about some of your experiences with Permatex in the marine business, you're welcome to. You just click on the Zoom link, it'll ring here, and then you'll get a chance to get on the screen and ask some questions yourself, or you can just hit it away in the text box and I'll get to them as they come along.
Guys,
welcome.
Please get your questions in. My dog has stopped walking around, so we're in good shape. Come on, get those questions in. Here we
go. Awesome. Certainly want to welcome the Providence Marine Systems to the line over there as well too. Now, it's going to lead into cleaning products are ultra important today. Right? Everybody's talking and thinking about cleaning products. So what's going on in the world right now? What sort of cleaning products do you guys have?
Okay, something that's going to be really, really good for you guys in your industry is going to be our stainless steel, chrome, and glass cleaner. One to get all the surfaces in there that are actually on that one can. It's a really good foaming action cleaner. It's one that can be the best described as PPG style companies, something that stays, foams, sticks, emulsifies whatever is on the surface, encapsulates it, and then allows you to actually agitate by wiping everything right off of the surface. Leaves no residue behind. Really streak-free finish. Just all around really good glass, stainless steel, chrome, cleaner. You can even use it on vinyl, to tell you the truth. It works really good there too.
So when you start talking about like the big signature product, right? It's like, the spray nine and all those sort of things. And is spray nine, you can use it on a variety of spots, but is it toxic?
No, Spray 9 is very non-toxic. It was invented by an absolutely brilliant woman named Claudia Britton. At our company, she showers me with knowledge when she just talks. And but she's an absolute expert on it. The product itself is an alkaline salt-based product. It's water-based, but the alkaline salt is the active ingredient in it. That is why I want to tell all of your customers out here listening today that there are specific instructions to using it. It is fantastic in terms of a dwell time product. You spray it on whatever surface that you need to. You allow it to dwell for 30 to 45 seconds to go through its entire, I call it a chewing process, because there is nothing left on that surface that is or was a living organism that will still exist after this product has been applied. You wipe it clean, and after that, secondly, you come back with a different water-soaked rag and then wipe down the surface, because like I said, it's alkaline salt, and it just continues to go and chew and do its job. So in order to delete the possibility of any surface finish degradation or cloudiness or etching or anything of the sort, in order to completely get rid of that, follow that very important step. Fresh rag, fresh water, second wipe, everything's gone, period.
So the question that's on everybody's mind, right, is, will spray nine kill the coronavirus?
Yes, absolutely. It is not something that we can stake claim to right now just because of litigation purposes. But what I absolutely can put forward to you and the rest of your community is this: we have proven CDC test data that proves that spray 9 kills SARS. SARS in and of itself is a coronavirus. Coronavirus is not a monolith. It's a list. It's a list of viruses, coronavirus. And SARS is at a higher lethality level than the new novel COVID-19. We have test data to prove that we kill a larger, nastier monster. So theoretically, I can only say legally, the answer is yes. However, that test data is coming. The CDC has gone so far as to add us to the list of disinfectant products that fight the spread of COVID-19 in any and all ways. We are on that list. We are EPA registered, CDC vouched for, if you want to use that term. But we're good. We are good, and we are helping. We are running the Spray 9 production line 24 hours a day at this point, and we have had an absolutely unprecedented demand. And when it comes to that, we're doing good as a company. We're doing pretty good, but we're helping people, so that's the point.
That's awesome. I know you guys are doing everything you can to get that stuff out the door.
Yes,
our
sir.
customers, I mentioned just to my friends on a social media post when I got the update that Spray 9 could be helpful with this thing. I said, look, don't go running out and go crazy to try and find a cleaner. You probably already have something that's right on your boat that's going to do the job, or in your basement. Just grab your bottle of Spray 9 and just start with that. And then once the craziness ends on the run on everything on toilet paper and cleaners, you can get more when you need it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
It's a good thing to mention at that point that all of our dealers and marine stores carry Spray 9 and all the other Permatex products. Most of the marine stores that we are aware of, have curbside pickups set up now. So you give them a call, You drive over to your local marine store, and they'll have it out there waiting for you. You can pick it up, take it home with you, and never needs to be any contact back and forth between people. I'm like, is there anything you would recommend about that product process, Curtis, if somebody was trying to, like, when they went to pick up the spray nine stuff, made sure that they were picking up something that was clean?
Sure. I mean, I can speak to the shelf life of the product. It's very, very good. We as an organization have one blanket rule for all products produced by Permatex, Spray 9 brand, Fast Orange brand, whatever the case is. It's 2 years from the date of manufacture. So there is going to be a number and letter character code, about 7 characters long. The very first 2 are the only ones that mean anything to you as a consumer. You want to look for anything in the range of a 6 to a 9, and then the letter afterwards refers to the month that it was made. A little bit into the weeds by going there, but the whole point is this product is going to last on the shelf very easily for 2 years straight. Also plus, because it is very simply a chemical mixture. It is not going to lose its efficacy. It is only going to separate in terms of formulation. As stated, an alkaline-based formulation style product. So if you get anything that you don't like about the performance of the product, shake it up. That's it. You're good. End of story. You're good to go. But yeah, you're right. Definitely support the businesses. If consumers are watching this, if the stores are watching this, whatever it is, feel confident. Go out there, sell it, because it is real. Contact your local provider, whatever vendor you're using, whatever distribution house you're using. Ask them for documentation, sales flyers that actually call out its resistance to COVID-19. Go to the EPA's website. Do anything you want to do to actually validate exactly what we are talking about here today. It is very real. We are supported by the CDC.
So, Curtis, I got a couple more questions I'm trying to catch up with on the right side of the screen, but that is excellent information, and really appreciate you shouting out to our local marine dealers. I know that means a lot to them to think that a company as big as Permatex is taking the time to pay attention to their business. On the other side is, so I've been using a question straight up. I've been using Fast Orange for a year. Is there anything new in the hand cleaner market? Perhaps it can, like, remove dried paint or anything like that?
We do have a product out called Painter's Clean that does a ridiculously good job of removing all different types of lacquers, urethanes. The list goes on and on and on. There's only one product out there. I mean, everybody knows our colors and our styles, the way we do packaging. So literally just look for Fast Orange, Painter's Clean. Just that simple. You won't be upset that you bought that stuff. I can guarantee that. I was there on the test, on many of the test data days where my boss had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different styles of paint on his arm, and product all gone. All different forms of paint gone.
So another question in the engine service space, and I'm not quite sure we'll have enough information for you to answer it, but the question reads, without looking at a service manual, is there a way to know when to use an adhesive product and when not to?
Well, that's a good question. That's not a bad one. Yeah, there's always common followed ideas. And it is personal preference. I mean, there are guys out there that carry this one with them. If that's the way it came from the factory, that's the way that I'm repairing it. So, okay, but give me a call when that paper gasket leaks, okay? So that's the idea. I mean, we at Permatex, we've thought of everything on both sides of the coin. If you want to use a paper gasket, no problem. I'll still give you a hug, buddy. Like, what I'll do is I'll give you a gasket sealant that is going to allow twice the life to exist on that paper gasket that you absolutely feel that you must use. Cool, no problem. If you are a gentleman or lady, hey, girls work in cars too, and boats. If you're looking forward and you say to yourself, all right, this is a gasket maker. That's the way that our products are titled, because indeed that is what they are. 2 flat pieces of machined metal coming together. Our product goes in between, allow to cure for 24 hours. That is what it is. We have adhesion promotion ingredients to our products. We have vibration dampening features to our products that actually create these gaskets and allow them to exist, go through temperature cycles and survive. They are truly gasket makers. So any way you want to do it, Permatex can help that. Any way you want to do it, any choice that you make.
So, you've given the mechanics that were tuning in a lot of great information. This will be a good video to share later. I want to go back to Spray 9 just for a second, and this is the last question I have. So if anybody else has any more, throw them into the chat room. But we were talking about Spray 9, and people have asked us before, does it have bleach in it?
That is a big no. It does not have bleach in it. But I'm pretty sure I can guarantee, I'm going to use it loosely, but I'm pretty sure I can guarantee that it's going to clean better than bleach. Bleach has its own, specific category, that it services, which is nice. But the concentration of Spray 9 is all about the elimination of living organisms. That is what it's all about.
Well, that's really timely information, and we really appreciate you joining us and teaching us something about Permatex today. Hopefully, gave everybody at home something to do to think about their boats and get ready to go out there. And you got anything else you want to share? If otherwise, we're good.
Excellent. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the ability to share this knowledge. It's in a very trying time.
Thanks, Curtis. We'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Take it easy.
All right, man. Have a good one.